Wilson is the second progressive president. Teddy Roosevelt is the first. Wilson, far more than Roosevelt, is a true egghead. He is a true academic, a true intellectual. He thinks he knows more than everybody else. I never get the sense from Wilson that he's deeply patriotic, that he loves this country. So he's the first progressive president, and he intends to change American society without going through the steps that the founders set up to change American society.
When he wrote about Congress, he said, you know, the problem with Congress is worried about legislating too much. They're really sticking their nose into legislating too much. Right now, our economy is far too complex for Congress to be able to legislate all the details that it needs to legislate. What Congress needs to do is really to get out of the business of legislating. That is to say, to stop doing what the Constitution tells it to do. It needs to grant authority to the executive branch and let the experts in the executive branch do the real legislating, do the real work.
I think he's the first to ever use the phrase, he doesn't say living document, but he uses phrases that refer to the Constitution as a changing, evolving, living document. My favorite line on this is Professor Walter Williams, who says, if you believe that the Constitution is a living document, I like to play cards with you with living rules that change as soon as I get the upper hand.
Federal Trade Commission Act, of course, came up during the Wilson administration. What did you have in the Federal Trade Commission Act? The delegation of a lot of legislative power to an expert agency. The Federal Reserve was born in the Wilson administration. Same kind of thing, right? We can't have Congress involved in this. So what we need to do is to create centralized control of our banking and finance system, but not run by Congress so much, but run by experts who don't have to run for re-election, who can exercise vast amounts of power in an unaccountable way.
You have goons arresting people in the public, you have political prisoners, you have censorship, you have war socialism, you have big business and government colluding, you have ideology and propaganda and all that kind of stuff going on.
Wilson is an elitist, and he very much believes that you know, you can't trust the people to do the right thing all the time. He says, in essence, the people are too stupid to know what they need to do all the time, and sometimes government just needs to do it for them.